The author of Training Your Brain for Dummies. So Dr. Alloway is back with us again. She is a professor of psychology at the University of North Florida. Her research has been featured all over the place, including ABC, Daily Mail, The Guardian. You name it, she's been there. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Casey.
I'm having a lot of fun with this book, and I'm taking copious notes. So let's dive into not only the adults. You say you can help your children train their brains. So what can we do to help the kiddos?
There's a few great quick tips that you can do. The first thing is if your child has to learn a lot of new words, do it just before bedtime. And research finds that sleep helps consolidate our memories a lot better. And that's not just for kids, adults can do that too. So if you have a whole list of names, of vocabulary words, or information that you need to retain, you can keep that even a few weeks later, even without revising that. So learn before bedtime is a great way forward.
No, keep going. I'm listening. Yeah. I'm like on the edge of my chair, like trying to, what should I do?
Another great tip is, especially for kids, is have them clap when they're learning, and that it activates the motor component of the brain. And research has found that that works a lot better. That motor component coupled with that memory component can actually retain that information a lot better too.
So as you're trying to teach them new words, you have them like clap out your name. Or, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Clap out your name, clap out a new vocabulary, clap out a spelling of a word you're trying to teach them.
Okay.
And if you have a more active child that isn't interested in clapping, move. Again, another study found that even doing jumping jacks or just, doing funny little actions, they don't even have to be related to what you're learning, but that kind of movement helps reinforce what they're learning as well.
Okay, what about being happy? Can you train your brain to be happy?
You can, and we've actually published a number of pieces of research looking at exactly that. And one of the key predictors of depression, which is the opposite of happiness, is actually your outlook. Are you a glass half full or half empty person? And by engaging your working memory, that's the front of your brain, like we were talking about a bit earlier, you can focus on a situation and frame it positively. So let's say you didn't do as well in the exam as you hoped to do. Instead of thinking, oh, that's it, I'm never going to pass the class, what's a positive framing, which is, now I know what I need to study for, I could take the final, and I'm going to be better prepared because these are the study skills that I've learned. So instead of framing it negatively, frame it positively.
What about when you have those negative thoughts, especially sometimes people say like late at night, they just pop in there. Should you be fighting those thoughts? You should be saying something out loud, because I've had, even my mom has told me, the worst thoughts, sometimes they always come to me in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and gratitude is a great way forward too. Again, research has found that by switching the focus from that negative perspective into even just writing down, if you're having that thought and you're having a hard time falling asleep, wake up, put a little notebook by your bedside table, write down one thing that you're grateful for that day, whether it's, I had to have a coffee with one of my favorite people, or it has to be something simple. It doesn't have to be big or huge, but that act of gratitude shifts our focus from ruminating, that's what we call it, kind of going over and over that negative cycle, and shifts that to something more positive. And after a while, it's great to look back, and when you're flipping through that notebook, you think, wow, I have so many things to be grateful for.
So write down the positive, not necessarily to vent the negative. You're trying to take action that's more uplifting.
We're shifting our focus.
Shifting the focus. Okay, what about eating and diets? Is what you eat, does that matter about how your brain functions?
And I love this topic, Casey, because it does, absolutely, and it does whatever age you are. So to give you an example, they found with elderly individuals that even eating blueberries, something wonderful and tasty like that, made them improve their memory substantially after just a few weeks. Dark chocolate is another one. 70% or higher, that actually links into better memory functioning. And who doesn't love like a little mug of hot chocolate? Instead of using milk chocolate, just throw in a couple squares of dark chocolate instead.
Dark chocolate, blueberries, I'm liking all this advice. And you say you can even be more creative, and and it's all about just taking A, to read your book, right, would be first, but then just changing your mindset, and you can do it. Is it practice makes perfect with a lot of this?
There's definitely that aspect of it. The more you do something, the more automatized it becomes. So think of writing your name. We no longer have to sit and think, how do you form your letters when you write your name? Because your muscles, your arm knows what to do. And it's the same with your memory. The minute you start shifting your focus and you become, all those habits become automatized, and it's much easier to become positive, to actually, doing things like crosswords are a great way forward as well. Lots of fun tips in there.
I saw some games that are back here.
Yes.
What are these puzzles? The
Sudokus?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that, not me. Good stuff in here. Thank you so much for being here. I have done something that I have not done in a long time, and that is put my name in the book because I didn't want anybody to swipe it. I bought it off Amazon. Don't touch it. Good to see you, Dr. Alloway.
Thank you, Casey.
As always. And again, you can check out Training Your Brain for Dummies. You can pick it up wherever major books are sold. Coming up after the break, they are the country music duo Dan